And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for San Antonio, Castle at the 2 with Vassell at the 3. Up front, they're going with Johnson and Wemby. And it's the kid in at the 1. Well, this game has that extra juice tonight. 2 NBA Cup group winners going at it.
Yeah, these have been 2 of the best Cup teams in the West. This should be a fantastic game. A spot in the semifinals is on the line.
To the paint. Shot clock at 6. Here's Johnson. And the layup is good off the glass.
I love the competitive edge Johnson plays with. Scoring on the D with tenacity.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. He was complimentary of his opponent, Anthony Edwards. Coach told me Ant is a special player in terms of his athleticism, skill, and his mindset. He approaches each matchup with an aggressiveness that we need to try and match. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Reed finds DiVincenzo, and he gets it to go.
Oh, beautiful pass. My goodness.
And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves. There remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'd love to hear it. All right, Shams, thank you for the report.
This guy's such a talented finisher, but the D does just enough.
Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Well, this is what you call hitting the ground running. 4 shots taken, 4 shots made.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Now Reed. Here's DiVincenzo. In his last outing, he had 11 points. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
There's the kid. Sends it home from three-point land.
Oh, are you kidding? 5 for 5, and they just got started.
For Minnesota, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. DiVincenzo. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Here's the kid. DiVincenzo covering. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute it.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Edwards looking it over.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Over Kessel.
2 minutes.
Minnesota again missing.
Can't blame them. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
The jump hook. Wembanyama's shot is good. Wembanyama's got 10.
I just love the ball movement.
Timberwolves trail by 11. And Minnesota calls time here. Last time they met in Minneapolis.
It was just a challenging game for them. They executed well, but just not well enough to put themselves over the top.
You know what? At the end of the day, it wasn't as close as it should have been. There were lapses all night that led to the deficit they couldn't overcome.
For San Antonio, Sohan's checked in for Johnson. Harrison Barnes comes in for Vassell. And De'Aaron Fox is subbed in for Castle. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Ingles, he's checked in for Reed. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Shannon's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And Dillingham subbed in for DiVincenzo. All right, Doris, let's talk for a moment about Rudy Gobert's defensive IQ.
Let's begin, BA, with his communication on that end. It's an undervalued aspect of defensive performance. Then you talk about his ability to be a rim protector, to be able to rotate in defensive help. There is a reason he has won the Defensive Player of the Year as many times as he has.
11 feet out. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
With great mobility and the 8-foot wingspan. Yes, 8 foot. Wembanyama easily wipes that shot away.
Timberwolves trail by 12. 34 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Drills it from deep.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's the kid. He had 22 in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
In total command of the offense. The passing was insane, especially when you consider how many points he put up.
Here's Shannon. He's covered by Fox. Here's Shannon. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal change here for San Antonio. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid's checked in for Rudy Gobert. McDaniel and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Dillingham.
And that is DiVincenzo simply willing the ball in the bucket. That's 2 points the hard way.
On the court for the Timberwolves. Edwards is the 2, McDaniel's the 3. Naz Reid out there with Joe Ingles. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders. Back over to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. The kid sinks it from distance. And now it's a 10-point Spurs lead.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spaces.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Here's Reid. Oh, Lennox with some nice D.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Johnson. And that one drops. Johnson's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Such a reliable player under the hoop. Johnson, I mean, he wants those close-in shots.
Pass to Ingles. To stop the run, and is blocked. Back come the Spurs in transition. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Showing how athletic he is. When Castle sees room for takeoff, he jumps all over it.
DiVincenzo driving. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Are you serious? That is some power from a point guard.
Oh, I love backcourt players with some ups.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Here's DiVincenzo, and it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
How about the swat by Olynyk? Nice defensive play.
Wembanyama's checked in for San Antonio. And then for Minnesota, Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reid. Shannon comes in for Ingles. Outside, DiVincenzo. Off target from outside. San Antonio leading by 14. 1:27 left in the second quarter. Here's the kid. And it's off from three-point range. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Edwards with it, now guarded by Wembanyama. 13 feet out.
Analytics department is smiling after that one.
Here's the kid. He's got 12. Drains the triple. The kid's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
DiVincenzo finds Gobert. To the inside. Rebounded by Johnson. San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. The kid passes to Johnson. Over McDaniels. Again, the Spurs score.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Timberwolves trail by 19. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
You know, I don't care how close you are to the cup. If Wemby is lurking, you got to do something else.
Down low. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Here's Shannon. Gets himself open and drills it. Here's the kid. No good that time. And so it's San Antonio.
Your Spurs, 37. Minnesota, 20.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We see teams in college and high school run a lot more full-court press. Why is that less prevalent in the NBA doors?
Well, it's been less prevalent, BA, but all of a sudden teams are starting to push up in full court, understanding that if you can take 4 to 5 seconds off a shot clock with the shortest shot clock we have in the game, then that puts so much more pressure on the offense to execute.
Castle at the 2 with Vassell at the 3. Up front, they're going with Johnson and Wimby. And it's the kid in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. He's off on that one. Good D by Wembanyama.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Johnson with a bucket.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. 6 to shoot. Inside, Gobert. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. Gobert's got his second basket of the night.
That's a level of concentration right there. Rudy Gobert finishing shots like these, important.
The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, BA. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
A different look for San Antonio. Cornette comes in for Johnson, and Waters is subbed in for Vassell. And then for Minnesota, Ingles, he's checked in for McDaniels. Clark comes in for Edwards, and Dillingham subbed in for DiVincenzo. To the middle, here's Wembanyama, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Wembanyama's got 12.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Here's Reed. Rebound San Antonio. Here's San Antonio now. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Here's the kid. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Outside, Ingles. Clark against Castle. Pass to Dillingham. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Cornette with a rebound. San Antonio leading by 23. Here's the kid. 21 points in the game.
Well, that's not easy to box out like that. It's just great footwork, and that gave him just the time he needed.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said he's such a great coach and just a likable person. He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready to work every day. We look forward to working with someone like that. Back to you, BA.
Has him bought in.
Substitution on the court.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. And he makes it.
Put a difficult first half behind you, and you get busy in the second half. You love that mental toughness.
So for Minnesota right now, we've got Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Dillingham, and it's Clark in at the 3, the small forward.
And they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. Boy, hard to operate any more efficiently than this guy has this quarter.
Here's the kid. Pulls up. Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
And the basket by Edwards.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Here's the kid. Hits a 3-pointer. The kid's got 11 points here in the second half.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And he drives in. Count it.
I'll tell you, an underrated thing right there. How effective that screen was. It just creates a lane to the cup.
He's got another one. That's 10 for 15 now.
You know, I like that recognition. He knows he's in rhythm, knows this is the time to give his team some punch.
Pass to Reed. Here's Clark. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Here's Reed. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Reed's got 6 points in the quarter.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Spurs.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And they played well tonight, picking up win number 24 of the year.
But they've got 2 more chances to get some revenge. The matchup doesn't favor them, but against a conference opponent, they're gonna battle hard.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for the kid.
What a groove for him this evening. Just stand aside and let the man work.
Clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Another shot. Reed lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
The offensive rebound. A nice shot by the kid.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
A slam dunk by Reed.
Oh, nice finish from Naz Reed. That's the kind of play that can give your team a spark.
Here's Waters. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Here's McDaniels, and it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Timberwolves ball. Substitution on the court.
That's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Minnesota again missing. So we see the Spurs taking the W here. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. So long, everyone.